right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. A beautiful 75-degree day, potentially. Thank you for tuning in and making us part of your Saturday. We've got a packed, crowded show here today for you. We thank you for tuning in. Of course, joined by my normal counterpart. Well, normal in terms of usual people, normal in terms of their mental possibilities.
That's iffy at all times.
Exactly. Matt Mullen, Chief, is in the house. Jason is with us in the DJ booth. And very special guest for today's show, sitting in the middle. He has taken a surfboard. He's put it off to the side to join us for a little bit. Mr. Otto Von Clutch joins us. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. As everyone should know, my name is Otto Von Clutch. And this is Thoughts Count Anywhere. And I'm feeling mighty good because it's 75. The surfboard's on the freaking car. I'm ready to go, brah. Let's do this.
There you go. Thank you for watching, everybody. I can't beat that. Have a great day. I've even joined the, I'm even donning a little Hawaiian wear.
I appreciate that, man. I'm really feeling the vibes, man. The vibes are good, but guess what? Tommy Bahama is not the Clutch's style, brah. This is not it, man. This is not it. I don't like it.
I don't think my wife bought it for me, though.
She's a sweetheart, though, so we love
Okay.
it. Actually, the thing I do like about his shirt, because he wants to talk about his shirt, the Birds of Paradise really just pop in this shirt.
Well, I also wore that because we actually have a surprise guest for you who loves Birds of Paradise.
Who do you have as a surprise guest for Otto Von Clutch?
None of your business.
You know what, Chief? All morning long, since I got in here, I've been disrespected. First, they wanted me to sit by the donuts, and I said, nah, that ain't gonna happen. I know who I am. I'm O-double-T-O. I want to sit there. They didn't want to put me on for the first 30 minutes. Imagine that. Why have me come in at 8:30 in the morning, 8:45, if you're gonna have me not on the air till 9:30? So I smartened them up, and now here I am, guys, all for you. Let's do this. What's so funny? I hear someone going, ooh, what is that?
All right, with that, let's bring in Otto's very special guest.
Okay, let's do this guy.
You do know who this person is. At this time, let's welcome in your manager.
Oh, my goodness.
Miss April Hahn joining us. There she is.
How are you doing, hon?
Aloha. Hi, Otto. Surprise.
Good. You know, last time when you were on the air, these gentlemen disrespected you. I seen the interview, and I didn't like it. You know, they asked you things that I didn't think were necessary. So here I am to straighten it for you. We have a CAC Hall of Famer here. We have the original glow, and you ladies, men, I consider you girly men, disrespected my manager, and I'm here to set the record straight.
But on the other hand, she joined us again at our request.
Oh, you know what? It was because she called me last night and she wanted to be here because she wanted to support me. She knew that I needed my battle armor there.
April, I'd ask if there's anything you want to add to this, but I have a funny feeling that he's got everything covered. I'm not sure. How are you since we last saw you a couple of, months ago, whatever it was you were here?
A month or so ago. Yeah, I'm good. He's got it handled, I tell you. I don't really need to lead into him at all. He takes care of it all.
No. She is the Hawaiian queen, and let me tell you what, she is crushing pineapples, and before you know it, when this pandemic is smoothing out, we're going to be back together, we're going to be raising hell, and we're going to be crushing pineapples, quite frankly. And this goes to anyone out there, and I was going to wait till the end, but I'm going to just throw it out there right now. AEW, WWE, whatever it is, New Japan, Impact, ROH, O-double-T-O is here. I'm going to break the glass ceiling right now, and I'm going to cut straight to it. $120,000 for the first year, you get Otto Von Clutch. That's only for 1 year. After that, I'm going to create my own contract and make it a little better. But this is just throwing it out there right now. If you want to book Otto Von Clutch, let's throw him on the main stage. Because guess what? Hidden Gem is going to pop, baby. I am that diamond in the rust, and I love the Royal Hawaiian because you know what? I'm so pissed off this morning because she's on here with me, and I'm here, and she can't crush pineapples with me because this man, Chief, has did nothing but disrespect. He was telling me that, guess who I know? I don't give a damn who you know.
I got $1 for you. Here you go.
What a disrespect.
Wow.
I'm so happy they did not catch that on the air because this man is nothing but disrespect. I won't even acknowledge that dollar that is ripped on this table, you son of a bitch.
He's going to try to tape it together after the
On the screeners are our phone numbers. If you think you can get a word in edgewise and want to talk to Otto or April, any one of us, on anything going on in the world of professional wrestling, 702-329-6947. Press the number 1 to come right into the studio. If you're outside the United States, 855-502-4321. And again, press 1. Of course, we're also on Twitter using hashtag ThoughtsCountAnywhere. And you can also check us out on our website, which is what, Matt? What can they find on our beautiful website?
All the latest wrestling news, rumors, and our merch.
And our merch, as most of us are donning here on set. Miss April, tell me
Yes.
what's going on since we last saw you. What's going on? Listen, when you were here last, we did talk about hopefully, maybe someday, possibly doing a little Glow reunion here in studio. We'd love to do that.
I've been
morning,
trying
Miss
to
April.
kind of talk to a few girls. So, we just need to kind of see when and try and get it together. Since CAC was postponed till September, I don't know that we want to wait that long. So I'm thinking let's do something sooner, and we just need to pinpoint a date, and I can start working on it because I've spoken to a few already, at least some of the Vegas girls. So yeah, it looks like, I don't know how many we can squeeze in the studio, but at least we can get some now, and then maybe in September
Otto apparently has a suggestion.
I was just thinking that. These guys are going to have to go down and get their lazy old ass to Home Depot or Lowe's and build a bigger studio. Because let me tell you what, the Royal Hawaiian's going to bring those gorgeous ladies of wrestling. And I see the little Catholic boy over here popping for me, but I don't like it because this ain't no popcorn time, boy. I tell you what. You're disrespecting my manager, and I'm just so pissed off right now. These guys had no coffee. They had donuts. For me, I'm a chiseled god. I do not need donuts at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is. I don't need it. Man.
Hey, Miss April, maybe if you bring the women over sometime very soon,
yes.
you could put a hula skirt on Otto and bring him with you.
Yep. How you doing, Coach?
Doing well, my dear.
Chief?
Chief is just hanging on this morning, April. He's doing terrible. Let's be honest with it. His medication is all out of whack. He is doing hell. He's not doing good. He's saying he's doing good, but he's not doing good at all. He's pissing me off, quite frankly.
That's good. I'm doing my job then.
Oh, man.
You want to give a shout out? Go ahead, Jason.
I said that's exactly it.
Want to give a shout out to some of you who are hanging with us in the chat room. Of course, Garth is out there. If you need a car, go down to Finley Mazda and see Garth. Sarah Beck, Howard Brody, good to see you, sir. Michael Goff, been a long time. Deborah's in there. Mike Halverson's in there. Tombstone is in there. Wow.
Whoa. Number one, that guy, once again, disrespect. My father, this man, I don't even really want to dig into it, but give me 90 seconds to plug this son of a bitch.
Sure.
Because I don't even want to plug him. I'm really pissed off, actually, that he's even here right now trying to just suggest.
Well, he's in the chat room.
I don't care where he's at.
He's
just
not
his
here.
presence. His presence being here. Don't you try to correct my English, you son of a bitch.
I'm sorry.
This is what goes on. My father left me at
Must
a
be a
young
surfer
age.
thing.
It is a surfer thing. You know what? Get your head out of the
Cowabunga,
sand
bro.
because you got a freaking star here. Bottom line is this. My father left me. He left my mother, and he's out there, and his name is Tombstone Jesus. And that SOB owes my mother $75,000 back pay child support. We cut it in half to $50,000. We already have the LAPD working on this. Why are you laughing over there? And this is
I'm
real
sorry,
shit.
it must be new math. That's
And
half
this
of
is what-
75,000 is not
Listen,
50,000.
let me tell you what. It
It's
doesn't take-
$37.50.
You know what? And that's why my attorneys have advised me that do not come on this show because people like you.
Obviously, you need new attorneys.
I do need new attorneys, and if you have one in your little sponsorship package, let me know what sponsor wants it. Because I don't care about your sponsorship package. I want my money, Tombstone Jesus, and I'm coming for you. So every Thursday, you could watch Devotion Championship Wrestling on Fight TV. Every Thursday, I'm whipping my dad's ass, and yeah, it's written by Vince Russo, but this was way before Vince Russo. This has nothing to do with Vince Russo. Vince Russo now has a little playbook, and he's doing a lot of sick moves, and I know you're probably listening, Vince, and guess what? I don't care what you try to throw at me, what kind of stipulations. I am Otto Von Clutch, and I hate you, Dad, and that's the last I'm talking about you on the show tonight. April, you look gorgeous today. How are you doing?
Thank you, sweetie.
So, April, I want to ask you the the 75,000 divided by two, $50,000 question.
That really threw me too. I'm like,
It threw
wow.
you also, right? Well, my chat room is ablaze right now, wondering the new math, but that's neither here nor there.
This is the new math of Otto Von Clutch. This is the automatic mathematics, brah. It's pretty simple. 1 plus 8 is 7. It doesn't matter. You understand? This isn't our truth numbers. This is the clutch.
I think April,
Just use that to your advantage when you ask for your 10%.
I know. I
So-
think I will, huh?
How did you? I got to ask the obvious question, April. How did you manage to come across managing Otto with such energy? Usually, guys, Otto is very well spoken. He knows what he wants to say, and usually a lot of managers are the ones that voice their clients' desires. But how did you hook up with Otto, and what have you done so far to continue to help make this man successful?
Well, we met at a wrestling event up in Victorville, Barstow, somewhere up there. I think it was 2 years ago, and we had the booth right next to each other, and we just kind of hit it off. He was there with Maverick, and I was there with Hollywood and Lightning, and we just kind of, talked a little bit, got to know each other, and then I told him, let me know when you're wrestling locally here in Cali, and, I'll get some of the girls, or I can come, or whatever. And then he called me up one day and he said, hey, I'm going to be wrestling, locally, and little did I know it was in my backyard. and so I went to Covina and I met him at the show, and he says, I was going to bring some girls and maybe just come and be a support him. And he says, well, what about, can you be my manager? I said, yeah. I said, right on. I said, that was cool. And so I had thought, let me just get my whole Royal Hawaiian shtick together. So I was going to go get a pineapple on the way there, and I called him. I said, I'm on my way. I'm stopping to get a pineapple. He says, nope, I got it covered. I got the pineapple. He had a double orchid lay for me and everything. It was just absolutely wonderful. And it's just been nonstop since. We just, been doing local shows, and we were going to get started traveling, but then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So we've just done a few things here in Cali, and we wanted to start doing some more, but then this came up, and unfortunately I'm high risk. So I had to kind of really just quarantine and not do anything. So I couldn't really do a lot with them last year, or even like now that we're kind of opening up. So hopefully, very, very soon. I'm waiting to get my vaccine, and I was supposed to get it on the 1st, but then because Cali is opening up the schools, or they're trying to open up, all the educators kind of got bumped and butted in line, so they threw us kind of back until the end of March. So
same thing happened here. Educators really got bumped to the first line. Otto, you looked like you had a point you wanted to add.
No, I mean, April will even put it out there too to any company. April is totally down to get signed by AEW, by WWE, NXT, and she is totally down to manage me. And I know you said, Otto seems like he's pretty well spoken. Why does he need a manager? I mean, look at she's a legend. She's a living legend. Someone like that, someone that has street smarts, road smarts. She could tell me things that I don't see when I'm in the ring, and she sees something I don't see. She could point me and, hey, come here, Otto. And she tells me something about my opponent that I didn't know. And it kind of just brings me down to that level where I realized that the Royal Hawaiian is probably the greatest manager out there of all times. So AEW, Mr. Tony Khan, put your money where your mouth is and get Otto Von Clutch and get the Royal Hawaiian on Dark, on whatever it is, and we'll show you. I promise you will guys get mind blown. People ask me all the time, why aren't you signed? Why aren't you signed? I tell you what.
We're waiting.
We got to open their eyes. Absolutely.
They
open
need
their
to hurry
eyes.
up.
Absolutely, they need to hurry up, because I got some big plans happening, and with them or without them, they're going to happen no matter what. So you know what? Don't touch the clutch, baby.
All right. Hey, April, we're going to let you go. We thank you for taking a few minutes this morning.
No problem. Have a great day, you guys.
Thank you, April.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, April.
See you soon.
You bet. We'll talk soon.
Bye, Otto.
Bye, hon.
Stay safe, April.
Thank you.
All right. With that, we want to thank April Hahn for jumping on with us here for a few minutes. We're going to step aside for our first break. We have a new sponsor that we're showing today and over the next week or two as well. So please pay attention to our sponsors, some new ones here. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere with Otto Von Clutch and the rest of us, guys. We'll be back in about 60 seconds.
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, welcome back to Thoughts.
No. That was not 60 seconds at all.
Well, with the
I've
way
been
you
telling them that for months.
That was not. I mean, you talk about my math. My math. Are you kidding me?
how long was that?
Probably 37 seconds.
Minute 15?
It's like a Royal Rumble, like 3 minutes.
All I know is a minute 15 was a lot closer to 60 seconds than your half of 75,000. I know that much. When you said 50, I was closer.
Disrespectful.
All right, with that,
You're sitting closer to him. You better be careful there.
I
Hey,
know.
Clutch.
I know.
Talk to me.
Do you got a chair there that you can use?
Well, actually, when I first walked in the studio, there was no chair for me here. I'm like, well, you want me to stand the whole time? They're like, well, do you need a chair? I'm like, of course I need a chair. Once again, people want to undermine the Clutch. What are you thinking, Chief? I see you want to talk.
Mr. Halverson just wrote in.
Go into your mic.
Mr. Halverson just wrote in and said, I hope, Chief, you put this son of a bitch through a table.
Really?
Really. And I'm the guy that can do it.
You donate $1,000, and we'll see if this old man can even get my young ass through a table. I bet you we're going to see 2 broken hips. He's going to be looking so bad. He's going to be looking worse than Rose from Titanic.
I look bad.
If I was
I look
I'd shut
bad
my
now,
mouth.
but I can still kick your ass.
You know what, old man?
Not a problem.
Guess what?
Just bring it. Just bring
oh,
it.
You're pissing me
Just
off.
bring
Hey, no,
it.
check this out. It's pretty simple. There was a guy I did in a company. No.
Don't stutter. Don't
Check
stutter.
this out. Recently, I had to fight an old man. The guy was like 90 years
You
old.
fight old man?
I really did. And this was
Really?
documented. This was in Inglewood, California.
Really?
And that old man has
whipped
never
your
been the
ass, huh?
same.
So,
I
Matt, how
beat
are you
his
today?
ass.
He whipped your
AARP
ass.
sponsor us.
Enough of that.
All right, 2014, Mr. Otto, you decided to try professional wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Basically, I mean, I always wanted to do it, pursue it, but I just didn't know there was how to do it. So basically, there was a school called UPW, Ultimate Pro Wrestling. I wanted to join that. I believe the school shut down by the time I, was eligible or, in California to do it.
Right.
And so I found that there was Knox Pro Academy with WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. Well, he wasn't even a Hall of Famer at the time, but Rikishi, Gangrel,
Sure.
Reno on Hawaii. So I took a shot at myself. I was 24 when I did that, and I said, you know what? There's no better time than now. And then I seen Rikishi probably at a House of Hardcore in San Diego. He was doing a House of Hardcore there, and I
That's
said,
Tommy
hey.
Dreamer's, isn't
Yes,
it?
it was. And I just told him, I said, I really want to join. I want to be a professional wrestler. And he says, come to my school. I said, well, I'm 24. He's like, you're just a puppy. You're just a puppy. I said, okay, let's do this. So then from there, literally like maybe a month later, I was in the ring with him having matches.
Wow. A
So,
month. That's crazy when you think about it.
About a month later, they're such professionals and pros. I mean, they are just such masterminds of the business, and there's a lot of that out there. So you got to find where we're all pieces of clay. So anyone that wants to be a professional wrestler out there, kind of look at yourself as a piece of clay that hasn't been molded yet. Your mind hasn't been tampered with. So make sure wherever you go to the right place. You know what I mean? You want to go to a school that's reputable, that that you could really that are not going to guide you the wrong way, because this business can take you down some places that you don't want to go.
Sure.
And with the right guidance, having Gangrel and Rikishi and those guys in the beginning teaching me just the smarts of the business.
Right.
Just like this. Like they would be pissed off that I'm letting this guy try to talk crap to me like that. He should just get smacked right now.
You're so eloquent when you speak.
Matt,
Thank you so much.
Matt, go ahead.
I saw online that you're going to try to break the world record for like the longest promo in wrestling.
And I hate this script. See, no one gave me a script, and that's what's messed up. They're probably going to throw some curveballs at us, and that's fine. But guess what? Yes, I am breaking the world record, because I figured, you know what? I believe in my heart that I am the best professional wrestler out there with promos. I think that my promos are unstoppable, undeniable. I believe that, if you give me a script, or if you want me to call it on the fly, I could do any promo you want. So I'm going to push myself for 12 hours here in Las Vegas. We're going to have the Guinness World Record attempt, and it's going to be shattered. It's going to be broken. I will be known as the man that has done the longest promo ever. And the reason why I'm doing this is I was going through YouTube couple days ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, and I saw that like Eric Bischoff was on a rant about Ultimate Warrior doing like a 20-minute promo. So I said, oh my goodness, let's just piss off some people. Let's just do a 12-hour. First it was going to be 24 hours, and I said, I don't want to touch base on the Fight Forever, because they did the Fight Forever recently, the GCW, which was phenomenal. I believe that the Fight Forever was just such a great. If you guys didn't watch it, I don't even know where you could watch it now. I know when it was live, it was on YouTube, but it was fire. So that kind of got me thinking, like, hey, you know what? Let's do 12 hours. And if someone beats that, good luck, because I can't imagine it's going to be so. It's going to be very interesting.
Is it all going to be off the top of your head, or do you have like bullet points of how you want to cover it?
Unlike you guys and like how you have your little scripts and all that stuff, no, we're going to just fill it out. I mean, what we're going to do is we're going to have some sponsors and stuff like that, so I'll be plugging them along the way. But a lot of this is going to be Phil. Originally, I had the idea of maybe having people come on during the promo, but then that involves like a group of us. So now I got to put us all in the application. And so they were like, no, it has to be just you. So like people could be there watching, but it's going to be hard for them to be involved in this because
at first I was like, how the hell is somebody going to do this for 12 hours? But after the first 20 minutes of this show, I bet my paycheck you can do it.
Oh, absolutely. I could talk for days, and I love this business. I love this sport. Like, getting it right now, thinking about it gives me goosebumps. I just want to give back to wrestling. So if I could, bring a little joy and get people to, understand, oh, there's wrestling here in Las Vegas, just people walking by, wherever this may be. It might be in the mall. It might be at Versus. It might be at the new Super Beast training compound. Who knows where it's going to be. It might be at FSW. We'll have to find out and see where I'm going to find the venue for this.
If you let us know when and where this is going to happen, we'll totally come down and support
no, this is happening for sure. And this is happening probably, I believe, like May. Sometime in May we're going to do this.
Cool.
And it's going to be off the chains, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll even give you the senior citizen discount rate.
Hey, it's cool, man, because guess what? I got Hotels.com, and they don't check ID, so I already got the senior discount, bro. You're good.
I meant for me, brother, to you. You going to pay me to come on.
I wouldn't. You know what? First off, I got to check.
And you better have coffee there, too.
I got to check for $300 to come on this show.
Shit, I got $300 in my wallet.
And he'll probably rip it like a little son of a bitch that he is. This guy smells. I took a shower this morning.
He didn't put no deodorant on, though.
Oh, BS. This guy's talking smack. I put 2 layers.
Tutti fruity.
Couple of questions in the chat room.
Talk to me. I don't even want to talk to the chief no more.
Mike Halverson wants to know, did you ever meet Rick Bassman? And Nate Wren wants to know, did Tombstone Jesus buy an Otto Von Clutch doll yet?
Yes. Tombstone Jesus has bought 3 of those dolls. That is
Are they blow-ups, by the way? Just curious.
No, they're actually. I was going to bring some in. I got a whole load of them. They're pretty cool. They're like these plush dolls made by Slam Buddy.
On that note, our phone line is now ringing, so we want to thank whoever it is calling. Please let us know. Thank you for calling. Thoughts Count Anywhere. Where are you calling from, and your name, please?
I'm calling from California.
And your name?
And your name, please?
I'm just one of the random fans wanting to know, did Tombstone Jesus buy an Otto Von Clutch doll yet?
Hey, guess what, young buck? If you would have opened your little ears and listened, I already discussed that about 15 seconds ago. So guess what? Why don't you hang up, get on your Facebook Live, and go scroll back, because I ain't going to deal with you no more. This guy comes on all my podcasts that I do, and he always wants to talk and talk and talk. Don't steal my spotlight. I don't even know who the hell you are. Don't touch the clutch. Next.
Otto Von Clutch. Hilarious as always.
Yep, get him out of here.
All right, caller, thank you for calling. We appreciate it. So Mike Halverson, though, did ask, did you ever meet Rick Bassman?
Rick Bassman, yes, I did. I met him in 2004. Actually, when I first met Rikishi, the very, 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 very first time, they did a killer show at the Grove of Anaheim. There was China, X-Pac, DDP, there was everybody.
Right.
This card was stacked. And was able to meet all those guys. I fucking had a pass, like a VIP pass that my grandmother bought me, and I was able to sit with China for like 20 minutes and talk with her and talk with everyone at a young age.
Right.
What are you doing over here? What is this guy?
702-329-6947 is our number. Press 1. You know what? This first 30 minutes has been like breezing by, and there's still one person we haven't heard from yet. Jason, how are you, Jason?
I'm doing good.
We haven't forgotten about you sitting back here. I just haven't had a second to get back. Did you have a question for Otto while you're sitting in the DJ booth?
Otto's pretty much labeled every question that I could come to mind, and he's already answered it.
How about this? I'll speak for you. Once again, this guy's been gone for a month, and they don't even have the respect to let him know that he is back with us after being gone for 4 weeks. How disrespectful. First, you were disrespectful to my manager. If you ever want a job, if you ever want to work for Otto Von Clutch Enterprise, trust me, baby, I'll get you a job like that.
I support that message. Thank you.
What's your thoughts on Bobby Lashley winning the title Monday night?
It's a beautiful thing.
Are you a Bobby Lashley fan? Seriously?
No, I'm not. Why would I be a Bobby Lashley fan? No, honestly.
No,
seriously, no, I'm definitely not.
No, okay.
Not behind it, and it's cool. I'm happy he won.
Right.
I'm very happy he won.
Right.
Am I his fan? Fuck no.
Okay.
I'm not his fan.
But you
Why would I be? If I sit here and say, "Oh yeah, Bobby Lashley, woo!" I see all these wrestlers out there, all these little pretty boy Valley boys, Valley girls. They want to freaking tweet out this shit. Smarten the fuck up. Seriously, you're a wrestler, and it's like we're all caught up. Oh, he won the belt. It's like you ain't ever getting picked. Next. Seriously, bro, I'm gonna shoot hard right now. If you want to be a wrestler, be a fucking wrestler. This ain't no joke. And I excuse my language, I'm a little pissed off because you ask questions like that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bobby Lashley. He's a great man. I'm super stoked for him. Nothing but good things to happen to him. But am I a fan? Fuck no, I'm not a fan of him. I want to go there to WWE and I want to challenge that son of a bitch. I'm serious. I want to take down the Hurt Business. I don't care.
He has what you want.
He has exactly what I want. And I was even more hungry when The Miz had it. I was fiending for it. I was like, oh man, I want to get there. I want to have that match.
Whoop his ass.
Oh, absolutely. He wants to talk about his little 15 minutes of fame on the little talking smack. Oh my goodness. Get him in the ring with me. We'll do promos together. We will dominate. I don't care what it is, where it's at, what ring it's at. Don't touch the clutch.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
Okay, with that.
That is that guy right there.
Oh, little donut
Just
boy.
in case you wanted to know.
Otto, he's the one doing all this.
And whoever this man's wife is, our boyfriend is, this man has had 30 donuts this morning. I'm going to throw him under the bus. He just keeps eating these donuts, and his hands, his little glazed fingers are all over the keyboard, and it's really pissing me off.
All right, with
bench press 800 pounds.
And on that note, I can bench press 800 pounds. If I wanted to, I could.
On that note, we're going to get ready for the Chiefs rant.
Do we really?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Is it really going to top whatever the hell?
No, probably not. We should just retitle this show Otto's Rant. That
really would be perfect because that's true.
OVC
That's
Rant.
literally what I'm going to call this whole show.
There you go.
You know what, though? I've had so much fun this first 30 minutes. It's.
Yeah, he's not going to care. You can butter up all you want. Otto's not going to give a shit.
I'm not buttering
We're past
up.
the point of no return.
I've got my ring. I'm ready to go. Let's get it on.
If you watched Coming to America 2, I felt like that was the scene from that. He's about to die, and he's just like, no. Right on the air.
Oh, Am you're watching in the chat room, Am Good to see you. Hey, do me a favor, Am save me. Would you please get me the hell out of here? Anyway, thank you for watching. Everybody out there, we thank you for watching this morning. Okay, it is now time. We rev up the engines. It is now time for the Chiefs Rant.
All right, everybody, I'm calming down for a minute, but I want to say something in all honesty. It was brought up last week about passion and wanting to wrestle and honing your craft and buying merchandise for wrestlers. This fella that's sitting next to me is one of the best on the mics I've heard. Unfortunately, he didn't bring no merch with him, so I can't hold it up for him. I wished I could. But AEW, WWE, NXT, New Japan, AAA, whichever.
Hola.
This guy needs to be signed next to me. Otto Von Clutch. He needs to be signed. Even though he's given me shit this morning and I've given him shit back, if he keeps giving it to me like Mr. Halverson said on my iPad, I'm going to put his ass through a table. You can best believe that. Don't look at me that way. Just don't look at me that. And don't say nothing on my 3 minutes. Okay, this is my time. But this guy needs to be signed. And as MK said last week, buy merch. Definitely buy merch. That's the Chiefs Rant this week. Everybody have a great week, and I'll be back next Saturday. Chief, over and out.
There you go, Chiefs Rant, brought to you by
somebody.
Okay.
AARP.
What's that new Alzheimer's medicine?
3/4 Alzheimer's.
There you go. That's from the New School of Math by Professor Von Clutch.
37.5.
That should be like a new something. We got to use 37.5.
By Professor Scott Steiner.
That might be, that 37.5 might need to be a new T-shirt.
And that's what I'm thinking. 619, right?
You are stuck in the bullshit there, Otto.
I know it, and it's just disrespect. Like,
I hope I helped you out there on the rant.
You know what?
And I mean that. Hey, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You need to be signed and be on TV.
Well,
period.
If Tony Khan doesn't see this and this dude doesn't have a contract by like Revolution, there's a
for all
something's
we know,
going bad here.
For all we know, he could be the big signing that's going to show up tomorrow, and he's not telling anybody on the AEW card, right? They made this big announcement, some huge wrestling signing that no one's talking about.
Makes sense
for all
to
we
me.
know, we could be sitting next to him.
Let me break that wall for everyone right now. I'm going to break the glass ceiling. I know who it is. I know who it is. I have actually, because I have a few in my head. I have three that I'm going to say right now. First, I believe it's going to be Lars Sullivan. Second, I believe it's going to be Fandango. I really do, and I think Tyler Breeze is going to come with him.
Wow,
that's it.
Just don't say Brock Lesnar, please.
Nah, honestly, it's like I really believe, and this is the truth. I was a huge fan of AEW. I was when it first started. I was, and lately I'm not as big of a fan of AEW. And I'll say that if it shoots me in the foot, it is what it is. I feel like we need to hire the young guys. We need to hire the guys that some new talent. I get it. We want Big Show on there. We want all these different talents. I get it. We want the Vicky Guerreros. We want all that. We want the Aprils. But it's time for the young talent to shine. And I feel like there's enough guys out there that they just got to find the right cherries out there where if we can go. They have a killer elite staff, no pun intended. But it's like, I just feel like we don't need to hire so many young, so many older guys. Let's hire some of the young guys. And I respect Sting. I respect all these guys. They're all legends. I would never disrespect any of these guys, because they've paved the way for all of us. Even to do this right here, they've paved the way for that. But it's like, let's hire some newcomers. Let's hire faces that we haven't seen.
Totally agree.
I would love to see someone that I've never, because if someone's seen Otto Von Clutch come to a Revolution, they'd be like, who is this person? Where, what? And that's the beauty of wrestling. Because, now we have the internet, so we need to find wrestlers that people don't know about that are, really good, but they're just these, whatever, they just didn't, People always relate me to Matt Riddle, and I get it all the time on Twitter, and it kind of drives me crazy because I was doing this before Matt Riddle, and, I was wrestling before he was.
Right.
So at the time, I feel like I was a little bit more shielded and protected with, Rikishi and all them, and I felt like my finger wasn't on the pulse. Now my finger's on the pulse of this business. I see what's going on around me. I understand the product around me. At the time, I didn't realize there was this guy, Matt Riddle, running the scene in SoCal. I didn't realize that. If I knew that, I would have told Kishi at the time, hey, we need to go get me signed. I need to go get some eyes on me.
Right.
Before, I was always, and I loved it, was always related to compared to Owen Hart. They would say, oh, man, you remind me of Owen Hart. And I haven't heard that in a while. Now I hear it's Matt Riddle, and it's like, man, I want to start my own identity, you know what I mean? I don't want to be known as Matt Riddle. So
to touch on that, Otto, you and Matt would actually make a great tag team.
Absolutely, and I feel that way too. I really, we and him actually had a little discussion, a quick second, when we were at the Staples Center. I was backstage doing some extra work, and Matt Riddle was there. And I ran into him, and I was just like, whoa, what's up, dude? And he's like, what's up, bro? And I'm like, no, what's up, dude? And he's like, no, bro, what's up? And I'm like, hey, man, nice to meet you. He's like, nice to meet you too, man. And it was very cool. We were both, so I could really see something like that happening, I feel like with wrestling, anything is possible. So tomorrow at Revolution, order it on pay-per-view because you don't even know what's going to happen. We're going to be they say there's going to be 2 surprises. I bet you there's going to be 6 or 7 or 8 surprises. You know what I mean? A lot more. If you want this microphone a little
just
closer.
a little closer, according to our sound guy.
You just push it up next to me.
Hey, Otto, what's your favorite moment in your career so far?
Being on TCA.
Besides.
Either
in all honesty, what's your favorite moment?
So here's my favorite moment, really. So basically, it was Wrestle Fair. We did a couple Wrestle Fairs. I had to wrestle Rey Mysterio, and so Rey Mysterio was down in Mexico. This was Saturday morning. He was scheduled to be the main event for that Saturday night. He was down in Mexico doing a show, and let me just say Baja California, somewhere deep. Let's just say he was in Guadalajara. From Guadalajara, he had to hop on a plane, a little petter plane to Tijuana. From Tijuana, he got stuck at the border, so he had to hop in a car. There was all these obstacles that was in his way. Everything that could happen happened, where he was just bump. But he was such a professional that no matter what, he made it there. And so literally they were it was maybe 11 o'clock at night, and he still hadn't shown up. And, so we had no discussion. We never talked about anything. And actually, I'll break that wall right now, actually. We did discuss something. My tag team partner, someone handed them the phone and said, "Hey, Ray's on the phone." And so my partner gets the phone, and he's listening to what Ray's saying. And he says, okay. He's listening to Ray for about maybe 5 minutes. He hands back whoever handed him the phone. And he says, all right, guys, go talk about it. And I go, me and my partner, I said, hey, what did Ray say? He's like, bro, I have no idea. I just went blank. I have no idea. I'm like, fuck it, let's do this shit. So whatever. So long story short, boom, they say go out there, start cutting a promo. So we cut like a 15 to 20 minute promo. They're like, Ray's on his way, he's in Paris right now, or whatever. He's on the exit. He's almost here. And so, boom, like literally I'm in the ring cutting a promo. I see this like freaking Tesla show up or like whatever, Escalade, like a fucking really nice car. Shows up, parks on the side. Boom, all of a sudden, booyaka, booyaka. And then fucking his music hits and I'm in the ring and literally there's probably at least 3,000 diehard fans that were outside that waited all day long for Rey Mysterio. And that was like the hottest crowd I've ever worked. So that was like probably a big moment. And then every time I've got to wrestle with Rikishi or team up with Gangrel or, get even just anything. There's so many moments. It's hard to say one, but fuck. I guess I'll give the generic answer. Rey Mysterio.
Mike Halverson says in the chat room, the reason they don't hire the young guys is because the most new gen guys don't wrestle. They do a lot of the high spots.
Listen to this real quick. None of that. A lot of that. That's what I say to that.
Well, and he says in here, no wrestlers left. Is Otto a worker or a wrestler?
Oh, I'm a worker. I'm a full-on. I'm a workhorse. If you, I don't even know who this guy is. So you know what I mean. Like, come correct. I don't know. You could be a fan or you could be some.
He's a former pro wrestler.
Okay,
by the way.
Perfect. Okay, no disrespect, but no, I'm a full-on. Like, I take this very seriously. You know what I mean. I work for the match. I want the product to be better, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't do a lot of flips. I can do that, but why do that? There's no longevity in that. I could do a moonsault all day long. I could do a 450. I guarantee you I can, but I just don't do it. Because why am I going to do that? After doing 450s for like, a couple of years, fuck, I'm going to be just like, you see the wrestlers nowadays, the old timers or the young, the guys that come in, they're hobbling around. They didn't even do flips.
Right.
So imagine how these young guys are going to be that are doing all these flips. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine their 40s and their 50s, man.
Right on.
I'm gonna invest in those like electric wheelchair companies.
And just start selling them to all the wrestlers.
All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our last break of the show so we can wrap up with Otto going up to the top of the hour. Thank you for watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. OVC here in the house. He's running the place. This is the OVC hour if you want to know the truth. We'll be back whenever our commercials end because I don't want to be told how many seconds we actually ran commercials. We'll be back whenever we're done.
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
I have no idea how many seconds we were on break. Whatever Otto said. Was a couple seconds? Welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere as we come around the clubhouse turn. All right. We do have, listen, Otto, we do have a question we'd like to ask all of our guests.
Yes, sir.
And Matt usually likes to ask it, so I'm going to turn it to Matt to throw this one at you.
Who is your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
My Mount Rushmore of wrestling. I'm going to give you two answers. My first one would be, let's say, got to throw on there, boom, The Rock. Then you got to throw Stone Cold. Then you got to throw Trish Stratus. Then you got to throw, one more. Man, honestly, I'm going to have to say Luna. If I were to say like
Wow.
4, if I had to say 4 and I was going to break it up like, half men, half women.
Yeah.
And then if I were to have a Mount Rushmore real quick of superstars that aren't on TV yet, but I believe in like 20 years people will be saying, hey, there's going to be a Mount Rushmore. I guarantee you Jacob Fatu will be on that Mount Rushmore. And there's a lot of other guys, but man, I tell you what, Jacob Fatu, he's a guy to look out for. Like, that's another guy, like, man, AEW, they're crazy not to sign that guy. And WWE, like, come on, guys.
So do you want him
Such
to
a good
carve
guy.
out the surfboard in yours or just the lay? Because you're going to be on there in like 20 years for sure.
Probably a lay would be nice. Lay would be nice, I guess. But that'd be a lot of work. A lot of detail.
If you were not into pro wrestling as you are today, 7 years ago when you decided
Yes.
again, what would you be doing today?
Comedian.
Really?
Yes, I'm going to be doing stand-up here pretty soon, actually. I'm going
Okay.
to start working on that here in Las Vegas. It's I was really, really into the comedy scene before I was doing wrestling. Like, I was really, I was going to all the shows. I mean, me and Chelsea Handler were kicking
Right.
it. Like, a lot of different comedian celebrities. We were, actually getting really close. And,
Right.
I was in a good circle of celebrities with, comedian celebrities.
Sure.
And they were always like, come on, you got to do this, you got to do this. You should try stand-up. And I just haven't done it yet. So
Right on. So that is you're going to intertwine that.
Fuck you. This guy with his glazed donut in his hand with his little keyboard warrior.
Yeah, his glazed donut.
He eats the whole donut.
He eats the whole donut.
You son of a bitch.
Now, Jason is saying no. He's engulfed in the entire conversation.
No, I'm not saying no to that. I'm saying no to his stupidity antics on the
Thank you.
computer.
I got
Gotcha.
100 guys that could do a way better job than that guy right now. They will just take his job like that. So whenever you're looking for a new crew, a crew that actually could work, then give me a call.
Aaron, I do have something to
Go
ask.
ahead.
Talk to me.
Otto, you say you love the business, you love what you do.
Yes, sir.
To the people that want to get into wrestling and they go, oh, I want to be a wrestler, but I don't know what to do. What would you tell them offhand? Like right from the get-go?
To be honest,
Honestly.
don't join the business. I would tell them that.
Okay.
I would say go.
And why would you tell them
I'd
that?
say go to college, do something. Save the fun for us. No, honestly though, it's a truth.
Less
Honestly, I
competition
would
that
say
way.
that. I would say don't join because it's taxing. You're away from your family. There's all these things that could happen. Me, I don't give a shit about my family or any of that shit. Like, I don't care about that stuff. My kids, I don't care about them. You know what I mean? I don't care about any of that shit. Me, it's just a straight shooter. I don't have kids. I don't have any of that stuff. I don't have no baggage. If you have a family, I would not advise you to join the business. But if you do want to join, go to Knox Pro Academy or go to FSW. I don't know. Fuck.
A new tag team has been formed according to the chat room. Otto and the Donut Man.
Oh man.
That's what it says. That's your buddy who called
That's
about
disgusting.
the
Otto Von Glazy.
doll. Matt said it.
Don't sing it, just bring it.
Oh man. I tell you what, there's only 13 minutes left of this because I would just be breaking some shit.
I think you are a special person.
Thank you.
Don't break me. I have another show at 10:30. So
No, I won't do that.
You might not make it.
Your producer, on the other hand, might not.
You just gained a new fan. I don't know if you knew. You honestly, you didn't know who Mike Halverson was, and it looks like Mike was his first time he's hearing you. But he says he's one of your biggest fans. He loves you. So you've just gained a new fan.
Well, you know what? I couldn't give a damn about that.
Okay.
Like I really couldn't. Like it's so funny. Like the other day, or like a couple weeks ago, I'm in Salt Lake, and this fan comes in, and I'm in the parking garage. Hey Otto, what's going on? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I don't know you. I said, we're not friends. I said, you don't come to me like that. Like that shit's weird. And what's another weird thing? I'm in Texas. I'm eating with my family. I take my family, and I said I didn't have a family. But I do
You're
have
in
a
Las
family.
Vegas. You're not in Texas.
No, I was in Texas a few weeks ago.
You were in Texas.
And
okay.
I learned something that your Facebook, you do not want your Facebook location set on.
Oh, hell no.
I
No.
had that on, and I literally, it was actually a kind of a cool moment, I guess, for the kids to see it, but I didn't really like it.
How many people bothered you?
There was literally, I'm at this fucking random-ass barbecue joint. There's no one there besides me. It's like almost before it closes. And all of a sudden, people start showing up. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't even, say that I was there. And there are these Texas fans. There's fans in Texas. I don't even know how the fuck they, printed off their own 8x10. my family's seeing this like, what is this? It's like, this is what it is, I guess. I mean, get ready for it. So that's why I say, like, if someone wants to join the business, all kidding aside, just find a good wrestling school, notable school with a good trainer. If it's, the Dudley Boys, or if it's Booker T school, go to someone that actually has done it. You know what I mean? That actually has developed talent. Do not go to a place that has not developed talent.
I think the word you're looking for is reputable.
That's the word, reputable.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, where's your ringer there, dude?
That's my one-off shit for the day.
All right.
Hey, who's your dream opponent?
My dream opponent, man, it would have been Owen Hart, but really my dream opponent now would probably be Matt Riddle. I would love to wrestle any of the Usos, Roman Reigns. I don't know. It's just it's hard. Really, anyone. It's funny is sometimes you don't know the chemistry you're gonna have with someone, so it's just hey, let me. Let's see who it is. Sometimes you don't know who the opponent is, and it's sometimes the best. It's you don't realize what kind of chemistry you could have with someone. So, really, it's hard to say who my dream opponent is. I don't have a dream opponent. I really don't. Because I sit here and people have asked me that a lot, and I always give these different answers. But the truth is, I don't have a dream opponent. Because every match is a dream. Every match, I'm doing this. I'm pinching myself. Even now, is this real? I can't believe we're here doing this. You know what I mean? What? It just keeps going, and keeps going. So. We'll see what happens next.
I have to say, and this is straight up. I've had the opportunity to call a couple of his matches here in Vegas between BBW versus and all that stuff. And when he says he's a worker, he truly is. There's a message up on the prompter for you.
Let me get my glasses.
But anyway, in all seriousness, I've been blessed with the opportunity to see the man in the ring.
All hell's about to break loose in 3, 2, 1.
Go ahead.
If we go off the air and you get the test signal in about 5 seconds, you'll know Otto is not happy with what he just read on the prompter from our
These guys are assholes over here. They're assholes.
We're animals.
But anyway, no, seriously, I've had the pleasure of watching you in the ring, and it's a lot of fun. You know your stuff, dude, and everything you said about how you perform and how you wrestle, and you're not the high flyer guy. You don't need to be.
No, and I've been able to learn how to, because I'll be straight. I've been able to wrestle hurt. There's been times where I've been hurt and I didn't call out bookings. I've been there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So sometimes people might see me but I've had matches where I haven't only taken maybe 2 or 3 bumps and the match was people liked it.
Right.
So it's just it's more than just the moves. It's the in-betweens, the character.
It's the presence in the match.
Absolutely. And to me, this is the most important thing in life that I could leave on earth is my work. And I want people to talk about my work. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a Jim Morrison where you die and then all of a sudden people are oh man, I'm a big fan of his now.
Right.
It's no man, you got to get this now.
Right, right on.
I don't think it's your work. I think it's your craft.
It is a craft. It definitely is a craft, and I respect the craft.
All right.
I don't respect you, Chief.
That's okay, brother. I don't respect you either.
I'm just kidding.
That's okay.
I don't respect you. I love you.
I love you, man.
Bury me softly, brother.
I'm going to give you a wedgie in a minute.
I love you, man.
I don't wear underwear.
What? All right, we're going to change his name now to Full Monty. Anyway,
I love you.
You have anything coming up? Matches coming up? I know you obviously work a lot in Utah.
No, yeah. Utah. I grew up in Utah for a few years, so it's special to go back there. Yes, we have Utah Devotion Championship Wrestling. You can catch them every Thursday on Fight TV. But next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I have a little loop coming up. I'm going to be doing bar wrestling. Not Joey Ryan's bar wrestling, but it's a bar wrestling for Utah.
In Salt Lake?
Yeah, it's bar fights. We have no ring. It's just really just some street fighting going on inside of a bar. It's a lot of fun. It's at Broovies. So we do that on Thursday. Then on Friday, we have Twitch. You can catch Devotion Championship Wrestling on their Twitch for Friday. And then we film television, which is written by Vince Russo on Saturdays. And it is so much fun. If you haven't watched Devotion Championship Wrestling, it is genius. It's just so much craziness happening.
Since you've talked to both of them, who says bro more, Vince Russo or Matt Riddle?
Probably Vince Russo. I remember the last time, this was kind of weird too, this was right before the pandemic, we were at Dave & Buster's or whatever, and I'm just hey, and it's snowing outside. I said, hey man, I have a feeling I'm not going to see you for a while, bro. And he's like, no, bro, you're going to see me, bro. Don't worry, bro. And just so many bros. And then I haven't seen him for a year.
I always thought that was an internet thing, and
that's
then we were
the
working
thing.
a signing with him, and I was like, damn, they're not joking.
But he's such a cool dude, actually.
Hey, super cool.
He's very super, super smart with the business. He sees something and he can just flip it. I haven't seen that done besides for my trainers or Sin Bodhi, you know what I mean? Things like that. You know, shout out to Sin too. A lot of love for him. Been training over at FSW on Mondays and Tuesdays with Sin Bodie, and just someone that's really gonna like. People will say, "Oh, who helped you the most?" Like, yes, Rikishi and those guys helped me for my beginning stuff, but Sin is really fine-tuning Otto Von Clutch. So it's a perfect thing. Like,
Nice.
I'm happy I didn't get signed by WWE in 2018 when I did extra work, because I've learned so much more in the past 2 years that I feel like I'm so much more well off that, wow, like now is the time, I feel like. But who knows, you know, maybe in another year I could feel that too. So
Good, Chief.
Otto, I know Miss April unfortunately can't manage you right now. I'd be more than happy to come up to Utah and lend you my assistance against some character by the name of MK. I'd be more than happy to take him out at the knees.
You know, to be honest with you, Chief, I don't think you could carry my bag, but
Oh, you couldn't carry my jockstrap, so it doesn't make any difference.
it's not really. And to be honest with you, for you to disrespect MK like that, who the hell do you think you are? That man?
I'm the chief, and
Even
don't
though-
you forget it.
Even though I don't like MK, and I'm going to shoot for MK real quick. MK, you disrespected me. You wanted to shoot some hand sanitizer in my face? Oh, hell no. I'm coming for you next week, and I don't care. I don't like Chief, MK, so I'm on your side a little bit. But this guy, you disrespected him last week. The more I think about it, I just want to walk my ass out that door.
Well, there it is. Don't let it hit you in the ass.
Before you do
Luckily,
that, though,
you have to pull it.
Well,
Before
that's
you-
your problem, not mine.
Before you do that, though, we have a little tradition here. We'd
Yes,
like to
sir.
wish everybody who is in the professional wrestling business happy birthday. When is your birthday, by the way? What month?
Who cares?
I do.
April 3rd.
April 3rd. So we got to make note of that for April.
Oh, Jesus.
So that this way we properly
WrestleMania, baby.
we
April
we
3rd.
give proper respect to Otto. Anyway, if you're celebrating a birthday from last Saturday through yesterday, you are celebrating a birthday with all of these professional wrestlers, current, past, present, or whatever. We wish you all a happy birthday. First on the 6th, Mr. Val Venus and Mr. Kennedy. March 7th. Kennedy. You're right, exactly. March 7th, Bruce Pritchard, for those who don't know today, who was living under a rock. Back in the day, he was Brother Love. Major Guns, Chase Owens and Tyler Bate. March 8th, Chad Gable doing wonders with Otis, for whatever that's worth. March 9th, Melina, Rick Steiner, Tiger, Ali Singh. On the 10th, we have Luchasaurus and JoJo. Whatever happened to JoJo? She's just staying home with Bray Wyatt's kids
Taking care
now?
of little fiends.
Little Fiends.
Mind your own business.
Oh my gosh. March 11th, Pitbull #1, Gary Wolf. And on the 12th, the incomparable Mae Young and Hideo Itami. Happy birthday to all of you and everybody out there that's part of our TCA universe. Happy birthday to all of you from us here at Thoughts Count Anywhere. All right.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Why would we say happy birthday to Mae Young when she's passed?
Because it's still her.
I don't
her
want to. I'm
day.
not trying to be disrespectful. It kind of caught me off guard.
So then I should have said it would have been her birthday. How's that? Would that be better?
A little more respect. I mean, yeah, because
Well,
then you
but
get these
she was
fans
still
will get
born on that day.
confused.
Oh, okay.
They'll get confused.
That's a good point. I will not have to remember that.
Can I bring a point up real
Yes,
quick?
sir. Please
Talk to
do.
me,
We have about 4 minutes left.
That's all right. I'm going to make it real quick. Two great wrestlers that passed this week.
Yes, sir.
Ann Casey and a gentleman down in Florida, Buddy Colt. I had the privilege of seeing both of them, and we lost two great ones this week.
And also, did you mention you didn't mention Jim Crockett, right? Jim Crockett also passed away this past week.
No, I didn't.
Right? Yeah, life continues on. Real quickly, I want to get your thoughts. I'm afraid to ask, but I'll ask it anyway. Shaq making his TV wrestling debut this past week, going through a couple of tables, power bombing Cody, and doing the Brody little symbol, that Brody Lee symbol.
Man, you know, like real quick, like timing. The timing of that's off. It should have been during when it was Big Show and Shaq at WrestleMania.
Way back.
Timing was off. Yeah, granted, there's some viewership, but once again, like, here's all the young guys. You know what I mean? There's these young guys out here, and they're hungry. You know what I mean? They'll probably work for a quarter of what Shaq's paying, what they're paying Shaq, and you know, I'm happy for Shaq. Once again, it's cool. But guess what? Like, I don't play wrestler. And when I see that, I see playing wrestling, and that shit just disrespects.
Right.
So I don't know.
You must not like Bad Bunny being involved in WWE.
No, now that it's all okay. Listen, it's like I know it's good to get eyes. So I'm happy that people that didn't watch wrestling before are now watching it with Shaq and with Bad Bunny. I think it's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, I'd rather see the young guys. And Bad Bunny,
Sure.
Granted, he's young,
Right.
so I'd rather see him. You know, than
That's nothing more than a crossover opportunity anyway, from bringing his crowd and having them now put eyes on wrestling. So,
absolutely.
Very cool. Gentlemen, we have literally about a minute and a half or so left, according to my clock. So any final quick questions for our guests today before we say goodbye?
No, they have nothing to say.
I guess not.
I left them. So it's pretty simple. We got a minute and a half. My name is Otto Von Clutch, and you started your morning just right with Thoughts Count Anywhere. And you don't touch the clutch, you don't snore with the clutch. I'm about to smack Donut in the face, and if any of these guys want a job, they can get hired with the Clutch Enterprise. So you know what? Thank you for joining with us. And next time, don't have a script for me. And next week's special guest, I will not say it, even though I know it. We'll have to just stay tuned for that.
Very good.
Thanks, Otto.
Thanks, Garth. Thanks for watching. Matt, final thoughts.
Everybody have a good, safe week. Thank you so much, Otto, for coming on. It was awesome.
Thank you for the check.
Chief.
Hey, I got my first shot. Second one's 3 weeks. Only little knot in the arm. Other than that, I'm good to go. Let's kick it.
No official word on next week yet?
Yeah, we got...
Is it official?
Almost. We'll announce it tomorrow.
All right, we'll announce it tomorrow. Stay tuned to our Facebook page. Jason, good to see you, man.
Be safe. Otto, thank you for coming in, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they finally say thank you to you.
We're lucky any of us got a word in edgewise today. Anyway, thank you for watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Stay tuned to our Facebook page. See who our very special guest is next week. You will be blown away. As always, be kind to each other. Why is that? We're all we have. Have a great week, everybody, from all of us here at Thoughts Count Anywhere.